Hello, my friend. I'm really happy you're here today. This is Evelyn, and before we begin, I want to ask you a simple question. Why do you understand English? But when you try to speak, your words suddenly disappear. Really? Take a moment and think about it. Maybe you can watch English videos and understand most of the message. Maybe you can listen to a teacher, a podcast, or a simple conversation, and you understand what people are saying. Maybe you can read English sentences and say, "Yes, I know this." But when someone asks you a question in real life, your mind becomes quiet. You know the meaning, but you cannot answer quickly. You understand the sentence, but you cannot create your own sentence. You have English inside your head, but it does not come out of your mouth easily. If this sounds like you, please do not feel bad. This is one of the most common problems English learners face. Many learners think, maybe I am not talented. Some learners think, maybe my vocabulary is too weak. Some learners think, maybe I need more grammar before I start speaking. But my friend, the truth is very different. Understanding English and speaking English are not the same skill. Understanding is mostly a receiving skill. Speaking is a producing skill. When you listen, your brain receives English. When you read, your brain receives English. But when you speak, your brain must produce English. It must choose words, arrange them, control pronunciation, manage confidence, and do all of this quickly. That is why you can understand English but still feel stuck when it is time to speak. So today, I want to help you understand what is really happening. I want you to stop blaming yourself. I want you to stop thinking that you are slow, weak, or not good enough. You are not the problem. The problem is your practice method. Many learners spend a lot of time watching English, listening to English, reading English, and saving English tips. These things are useful, of course. They help you understand the language better. But if you only receive English and never train yourself to produce English, your speaking will stay slow. Your mouth will not feel ready. Your brain will not feel fast. And your confidence will not grow in real conversations. Imagine this simple daily life situation. You are in a small shop, and the shopkeeper asks you, "Do you need anything else?" You understand the question completely. It is not difficult. You know every word, but suddenly you feel pressure. You want to say, "No, thank you. That's all for today." But your mind starts searching. Should I say, "No, thanks"? Should I say, "That is enough"? Should I say, "Nothing more"? You know the meaning, but you are not trained to answer automatically. So you smile, maybe you say one word, maybe you stay quiet, and after that you feel disappointed. Later, when you are alone, the perfect sentence comes to your mind. You think, "Oh, I could have said that." This happens because your English knowledge is passive, but your speaking skill is not active enough yet. Now listen carefully, because this is very important. Fluency is not only about knowing more English. Fluency is about using the English you already know faster, more naturally, and with less fear. Many learners keep learning new words because they believe more vocabulary will solve everything. But sometimes, the real problem is not that you do not know enough words. The real problem is that you cannot use simple words smoothly. You may know the words busy, tired, hungry, late, ready, help, think, want, and need. But can you use them quickly in real sentences? Can you say, "I'm a little tired today, but I still want to finish my work"? Can you say, "I need a few minutes because I'm not ready yet"? Can you say, "I wanted to call you earlier, but I got busy"? These are simple sentences, but they are powerful because they are useful in real life. This is why your first goal should not be to sound perfect. Your first goal should be to make simple English come out more easily. When simple English becomes easy, your fluency starts growing. You do not need to begin with advanced words. You do not need to wait until your grammar is perfect. You need to train your mouth to say useful sentences again and again until they feel natural. Your mouth needs English exercise, just like your body needs physical exercise. If a person watches exercise videos every day but never moves their body will not become strong. In the same way, if you watch English lessons every day but never speak out loud, your speaking will not become strong. Let us do a small practice right now. I will give you a simple sentence, and I want you to imagine saying it in a real situation. Do not just read it in your mind. Say it out loud if you can. The sentence is, I understand English, but I need more speaking practice. Now say it slowly. I understand English, but I need more speaking practice. Again, say it with a calm voice. I understand English, but I need more speaking practice. Now make it more personal. Say, I can understand many things, but I want to speak more naturally. Say it slowly. I can understand many things, but I want to speak more naturally. One more time, with confidence. I can understand many things, but I want to speak more naturally. Good. This is not just repetition, this is training. You are teaching your brain and mouth to work together. Now I want you to notice something. When you speak out loud, even a simple sentence feels different from reading silently. Reading silently is comfortable because there is no pressure. But speaking out loud asks your mouth to move. It asks your breath to support the sentence. It asks your brain to hear your own English voice. This is why many learners feel shy even when they are alone. They are not used to hearing themselves speak English. They have listened to many other people speaking English, but they have not listened to themselves enough. So their own English voice feels strange. My friend, you must become comfortable with your own English voice. Your voice does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be used. One big reason you understand English but cannot speak fluently is that your listening level is higher than your speaking level. This is normal. In many languages, we understand more than we can say. Even children understand many words before they can use them. So if you understand more English than you can speak, it does not mean something is wrong. It simply means your input is stronger than your output. Input means the English that comes into your mind through listening and reading. Output means the English that comes out of you through speaking and writing. If you want to speak fluently, you must increase your output. You must speak more. You must answer questions. You must describe your day. You must repeat useful sentences. You must create small conversations in your daily life. For example, in the morning, instead of only thinking in your language, try saying simple English sentences about your routine. Say, I just woke up. Say, I need to wash my face. Say, I am making tea. Say, I have a busy day today. Say, I want to finish my work before evening. These sentences may look too simple, but do not underestimate them. Simple sentences are the foundation of fluent speaking. If you can talk about your morning, your food, your work, your family, your feelings, your plans, and your small problems in English, then your real-life English will become much stronger. Let us practice this daily routine idea together. Imagine it is morning. You are getting ready for your day. Say this slowly after me. I woke up early today. Now say it again. I woke up early today. Now add a little more. I woke up early today because I have many things to do. Again, slowly. I woke up early today because I have many things to do. Now make another sentence. I feel a little sleepy, but I am ready to start. Again, I feel a little sleepy, but I am ready to start. Good. Now I want you to understand why this practice matters. You are not only learning sentences, you are building speaking speed. You are building comfort. You are building the habit of turning daily life into English. Another reason you may understand English but not speak fluently is that you are trying to translate every sentence before you speak. Translation can help beginners understand meaning, but if you depend on translation too much, speaking becomes slow. You hear a question in English, then you translate it into your language, then you prepare an answer in your language, then you translate that answer back into English, and by the time you are ready, the conversation has already moved forward. This is why you feel late. This is why you hesitate. This is why you know the answer, but you cannot say it fast enough. To speak more fluently, you need to practice thinking in small English chunks. A chunk is a small group of words that naturally go together. For example, I think, I need, I want to, I'm going to, I don't know if, can you help me, I'm not sure, that sounds good, and give me a minute. These chunks are very useful because you do not need to build every sentence from zero. You can start with a chunk and then add your idea. Say, I think it is a good idea. Say, I need more time. Say, I want to practice every day. Say, I'm going to try again. Say, I'm not sure but I can check. When these chunks become automatic, your speaking becomes faster because your brain does not need to work so hard for every word. So today, I want you to begin changing your practice. Do not only ask, how much English do I understand? Also ask, how much English can I produce? Can I describe my morning? Can I answer simple questions? Can I explain what I need? Can I talk about how I feel? Can I give my opinion in 1 or 2 sentences? Can I speak for 30 seconds about my day? These small questions will show you the real path to fluency. You do not become fluent by waiting. You become fluent by speaking, even when your English is simple, even when your voice shakes a little, even when you make mistakes. Now, my friend, let us begin with a very simple truth. If you understand English but cannot speak fluently, it does not mean your English is useless. It means your English is sleeping inside your mind, but it has not become active in your mouth yet. Many learners have this hidden English. They can understand videos, lessons, stories, and conversations, but when they need to speak, they feel blocked. They may know the answer, but they cannot say it quickly. They may understand the question, but their mouth does not move with confidence. This happens because understanding and speaking are 2 different skills. Understanding is like recognizing a road when someone else is driving. Speaking is like driving the car yourself. You may know the road, but if you have never practiced driving, you will still feel nervous when you hold the steering wheel. This is why you should not judge your speaking by your listening level. Maybe you can understand English at a good level, but your speaking level is still behind. That is normal. It happens to thousands of learners. Listening gives you comfort because you can receive the language without pressure. You can pause the video, replay the sentence, read the captions, or guess the meaning from context. But speaking gives you pressure because you must create the sentence in real time. You must choose the right words. You must arrange them in a natural order. You must pronounce them clearly. You must control your fear. You must answer before the other person loses interest. This is why speaking feels harder. It is not because you are weak. It is because speaking needs a different kind of training. Think about your daily life. Maybe someone asks you, "What did you do today?" This question is simple. You understand every word, but when you try to answer, your mind starts searching for perfect English. You want to say something good. You do not want to make a mistake. You do not want to sound childish. So you pause, you think, you translate, you correct yourself before speaking, and finally you say something very short like, nothing special, even though you wanted to say more. Later, when you are alone, the full answer comes to your mind. You think, I could have said, I went to work, finished some tasks, came home, and watched a video to improve my English. But in the real moment, the sentence did not come out. This is the exact problem we are talking about today. The main reason this happens is that many learners practice English silently. They listen silently. They read silently. They watch silently. They understand silently. But speaking is not silent. Speaking needs sound, movement, breath, rhythm, and confidence. If you want to speak fluently, your mouth must practice English, not only your eyes and ears. Your brain may understand a sentence, but your mouth may not be ready to say it. That is why you need to train your mouth with simple daily sentences, not difficult sentences, not advanced speeches, simple, useful, real-life sentences that you can use again and again. Let us practice this right now. Say this sentence slowly. I understand English, but I need to practice speaking every day. Say it again with a calm voice. I understand English, but I need to practice speaking every day. Now say it in a more personal way. I can understand many English sentences, but I want to speak faster and more naturally. Again, I can understand many English sentences, but I want to speak faster and more naturally. Now pause for a moment and feel what is happening. You are not only reading English, you are producing English. You are giving your brain and your mouth a small speaking workout. This is how fluency begins. Another important reason you cannot speak fluently is that you may be waiting for perfect English before you speak. You may think, when my grammar is better, I will speak. You may think, when I know more vocabulary, I will speak. You may think, when I feel confident, I will speak. But my friend, this is the trap. Confidence does not usually come before speaking. Confidence comes after speaking again and again. You cannot wait for confidence like a gift. You build confidence like a muscle. Every small sentence you say out loud makes that muscle stronger. Every time you answer a question, even with simple English, you become a little braver. Every time you make a mistake and continue speaking, you teach your mind that mistakes are not dangerous. Imagine a child learning to walk. The child does not wait until the perfect day. The child stands, falls, stands again, falls again, and slowly becomes stronger. Speaking English works in a similar way. If you wait until every sentence is perfect, you will wait for a very long time. But if you speak with simple English today, your speaking will improve little by little. You do not need to sound like a native speaker in the beginning. You need to sound like a learner who is practicing honestly. That is enough. Your first goal is not perfection. Your first goal is movement. Move your English from your head to your mouth. One powerful practice is to describe your daily actions in English. This is simple, but very effective. When you wake up, say, I just woke up. When you wash your face, say, I am washing my face. When you make tea or coffee, say, I am making tea. When you check your phone, say, I am checking my messages. When you feel tired, say, I feel a little tired today. When you are ready to work, say, I am ready to start my day. These sentences may look basic, but basic sentences become powerful when you can say them automatically. Fluency is not only about advanced English. Fluency is about using normal English without fear and without long pauses. Now practice with me. Imagine you are starting your morning. Say, I woke up a little late today. Again, I woke up a little late today. Now add more information. I woke up a little late today, so I need to get ready quickly. Again, I woke up a little late today, so I need to get ready quickly. Now imagine you are preparing breakfast. Say, I am making breakfast, and I am thinking about my plans. Again, I am making breakfast, and I am thinking about my plans. Now imagine you are leaving home. Say, I have to leave soon because I do not want to be late. Again, I have to leave soon because I do not want to be late. Good. These sentences are not difficult, but they train your speaking speed. They teach your brain to connect English with real actions. Many learners make another mistake. They try to speak about big topics before they can speak comfortably about small topics. They want to discuss success, business, travel, culture, technology, and deep ideas, but they still cannot easily describe what they did yesterday. Start with your life. Your daily life gives you endless speaking practice. Talk about your morning. Talk about your food. Talk about your work. Talk about your family. Talk about your mood. Talk about your plans. Talk about small problems. Say, I was busy today. Say, I forgot to call my friend. Say, I need to buy something from the store. Say, I am trying to improve my English. When you can speak about ordinary life, you become ready for longer conversations. The next reason learners understand but cannot speak is translation. Translation slows your speaking down. You hear English, translate it into your language, prepare your answer in your language, translate it back into English, and then try to speak. This process takes too much time. In a real conversation, you do not have 5 minutes to build one sentence. You need small English chunks ready in your mind. A chunk is a group of words that you can use quickly, like I think, I need, I want to, I'm going to, I'm not sure, can you help me, give me a minute, and that sounds good. These chunks are like ready-made tools. When you have them, you do not start every sentence from zero. Practice these chunks now in simple sentences. Say, I think I need more practice. Again, I think I need more practice. Say, I want to speak more clearly. Again, I want to speak more clearly. Say, I'm going to practice for 10 minutes today. Again, I'm going to practice for 10 minutes today. Say, I'm not sure, but I will try. Again, I'm not sure, but I will try. These small chunks help you speak faster because your brain does not need to create everything from the beginning. You already have a starting point. And when you have a starting point, speaking becomes less scary. So from today, I want you to change the way you think about fluency. Do not ask only, how much English do I understand? Ask, how much English can I use? Can I answer simple questions? Can I speak about my day for 30 seconds? Can I explain what I need? Can I give a short opinion? Can I describe my feelings? Can I talk out loud when I am alone? These questions are more useful for speaking, because fluency is not built by understanding only. Fluency is built by using English again and again until your mind, your mouth, and your confidence begin to work together naturally. Another reason you understand English but cannot speak fluently is fear. This fear can be quiet, but it is powerful. Maybe you are afraid of making mistakes. Maybe you are afraid someone will laugh. Maybe you are afraid your pronunciation is not clear. Maybe you are afraid you will forget a word in the middle of a sentence. Because of this fear, your mind becomes too careful. You start checking every word before you speak. You ask yourself, is this grammar correct? Is this the right word? Is my accent okay? Will they understand me? And while your mind is busy checking everything, your speaking becomes slow. You may have enough English to answer, but fear blocks the flow. My friend, mistakes are not proof that your English is bad. Mistakes are proof that you are using English. A person who never speaks may make fewer speaking mistakes, but that person also does not build speaking fluency. You cannot become fluent only by protecting yourself from mistakes. You become fluent by speaking, noticing, improving, and speaking again. When you make a small mistake, it is not the end of the conversation. Most of the time, people still understand your meaning, and communication is the first goal. Perfect grammar can come slowly, but confidence must be practiced now. Let us practice speaking even when the sentence is not perfect. Imagine someone asks you, "How was your day?" Maybe you want to give a beautiful answer, but you cannot think of one. Start simple. Say, "It was good." Now make it a little longer. Say, "It was good, but I was busy." Now make it more natural. Say, "It was good, but I was busy because I had a lot of work." Now say it again calmly. "It was good, but I was busy because I had a lot of work." This is how speaking grows. You begin with a simple answer, then you add one detail, then another detail. You do not need to jump from silence to perfect fluency. You move step by step. A very useful speaking exercise is called the answer expansion practice. You take a short answer and slowly make it longer. For example, if someone asks, "Do you like learning English?" You can first say, "Yes, I do." Then you can add, "Yes, I do," because it helps me communicate. Then you can add more, "Yes, I do," because it helps me communicate with more people and understand videos, books, and conversations. Now the answer sounds fuller, but it is still simple. You are using English you already know. You are not forcing difficult vocabulary. You are training your brain to extend your thoughts in English. Practice with me now. Answer this question. Why do you want to speak English fluently? Start with this sentence. I want to speak English fluently because it is useful. Say it again. I want to speak English fluently because it is useful. Now expand it. I want to speak English fluently because it is useful for work, study, travel, and daily communication. Say it slowly again. I want to speak English fluently because it is useful for work, study, travel, and daily communication. Now make it more personal. I want to speak English fluently because I want to express my ideas without feeling nervous. Again. I want to speak English fluently because I want to express my ideas without feeling nervous. Good. This kind of practice teaches you to speak with more detail. Another reason speaking feels difficult is that many learners only practice prepared English. Prepared English means you already know what you are going to say. You repeat a sentence from a lesson. You read a paragraph out loud. You memorize a dialogue. This is useful, but real speaking is not always prepared. In real life, people ask you unexpected questions. They interrupt you, they change the topic, they speak fast, they use different words. So you also need unprepared practice. You need to train yourself to answer simple questions without planning too much. For example, ask yourself easy questions every day. What did I eat today? What am I doing now? What do I need to finish? How do I feel right now? What will I do tomorrow? What is one problem I had today? What is one good thing that happened today? These questions are simple, but they train real speaking. Do not write the answer first. Do not translate first. Just speak. Even if your answer is short, speak. Say, I ate rice and vegetables today. Say, I am practicing English right now. Say, I need to finish my work. Say, I feel calm, but a little tired. Say, tomorrow, I will call my friend. Say, one problem today was that I wasted some time. Say, one good thing today was that I practiced English. This is practical English. This is the English you need in normal life. Now let us do a short self-conversation practice. I will give you a question, and then I will give you a natural answer you can repeat. The question is, what are you doing right now? Answer: I am listening carefully and practicing my speaking. Again, I am listening carefully and practicing my speaking. The next question is, why are you practicing English? Answer: I am practicing English because I want to speak more confidently. Again, I am practicing English because I want to speak more confidently. The next question is, what is difficult for you? Answer: speaking quickly is difficult for me, but I am improving little by little. Again, speaking quickly is difficult for me, but I am improving little by little. This is the kind of practice that turns passive English into active English. Many learners also forget to train their pronunciation muscles. Speaking English is physical. Your tongue, lips, jaw, and breath all work together. Sometimes you know the word, but your mouth is not used to saying it. That is why a sentence may feel heavy when you speak it. You may understand the sentence easily when someone else says it, but when you try to say it yourself, your mouth feels slow. This is normal. The solution is not only listening, the solution is mouth training. Repeat useful sentences out loud. Slow down first. Say the sentence clearly. Then say it again with a natural rhythm. Then say it again a little faster. Try this sentence. I need a little more time to think. Say it slowly. I need a little more time to think. Now say it naturally. I need a little more time to think. Now imagine you are in a real conversation and you do not know what to say immediately. This sentence can help you. Instead of staying silent, you can say, I need a little more time to think. This gives you time. It keeps the conversation alive. Now practice another sentence. I know what you mean, but I see it differently. Say it slowly. I know what you mean, but I see it differently. This sentence helps you give an opinion politely. Now say, that is a good question. Let me explain. Again, that is a good question. Let me explain. These sentences are useful because they help you manage conversation pressure. One of the best ways to improve speaking without a partner is to use shadowing. Shadowing means you listen to a sentence and repeat it immediately, trying to copy the rhythm, pronunciation, and feeling. But shadowing should not be mindless. Do not only repeat like a machine. First, listen to the sentence. Then repeat it slowly. Then repeat it with emotion. Then use the sentence in your own life. For example, if the sentence is, I was going to call you, but I got busy, repeat it. Then change it. Say, I was going to study, but I got tired. Say, I was going to clean my room, but I had no time. Say, I was going to send a message, but I forgot. Now you are not only copying, you are creating. This is where speaking growth becomes stronger. Let us practice this transformation now. Start with the sentence, I wanted to speak, but I felt nervous. Say it again, I wanted to speak, but I felt nervous. Now change one part. I wanted to answer, but I needed more time. Again, I wanted to answer, but I needed more time. Now change it again. I wanted to explain my idea, but I could not find the words. Again, I wanted to explain my idea, but I could not find the words. This practice is powerful because it prepares you for real speaking. You learn sentence patterns, but you also learn how to adjust them. So if you understand English but cannot speak fluently, do not think your English is broken. Your English simply needs activation. You need to hear English, yes, but you also need to answer. You need to read English, yes, but you also need to speak it out loud. You need to learn words, yes, but you also need to use those words in your own sentences. Fluency comes when English is no longer only something you recognize. It becomes something you can reach for, shape, and use when you need it. And this change begins with small speaking moments repeated every day. Now, another very important reason you understand English but cannot speak fluently is that you may not have enough speaking memory. Let me explain this in a simple way. When you listen to English many times, your brain becomes familiar with words and sentences. You can recognize them when someone else says them. But recognition is not the same as recall. Recognition means, I know this when I see it or hear it. Recall means, I can bring this out by myself when I need it. Many learners have strong recognition, but weak recall. They recognize English very well, but they cannot recall it quickly in conversation. This is why you may understand a sentence in a video, but you cannot use the same sentence when you speak. For example, maybe you hear someone say, I was about to leave when you called me. You understand it, you know the meaning. You may even think, oh, this is a useful sentence. But later, when you want to use it, your brain cannot find it. You want to say something similar, but the structure is not ready. This means you have recognized the sentence, but you have not practiced recalling it. To make a sentence yours, you must use it actively. You must repeat it, change it, and connect it to your own life. Say, I was about to sleep when my phone rang. Say, I was about to eat when my friend arrived. Say, I was about to study when I felt tired. Now the sentence is not only something you understand, it becomes something you can use. This is why one of the best practices for speaking is not just repeating sentences, but changing sentences. When you change a sentence, your brain becomes more active. It must think, choose, and create. Let us practice with a simple sentence. Say, I usually feel nervous when I speak English. Again, I usually feel nervous when I speak English. Now change the feeling. Say, I usually feel confident when I practice alone. Again, I usually feel confident when I practice alone. Now change the situation. Say, I usually feel relaxed when I talk about my daily life. Again, I usually feel relaxed when I talk about my daily life. This kind of practice helps you move from copying English to controlling English. A lot of learners also have a problem because they practice English only when they are studying. But real fluency grows when English becomes part of normal life. You do not need to sit at a desk for 2 hours every day to improve your speaking. You can train English in small moments. When you are walking, describe what you see. Say, the street is busy today. Say, the weather feels nice. Say, I can see people going to work. When you are cooking, describe what you are doing. Say, I am cutting the vegetables. Say, I need a little more salt. Say, this food smells good. When you are cleaning, say, I am cleaning my room because it looks messy. When you are waiting, say, I am waiting for my friend, and I hope he arrives soon. These small moments are powerful because they teach your brain that English is not only a subject, English is a living tool. Now I want you to practice a daily life description. Imagine you are walking outside. Say, I am walking outside, and the weather is calm. Again, I am walking outside, and the weather is calm. Now add one detail. I am walking outside, and I can see many people around me. Again, I am walking outside, and I can see many people around me. Now add your feeling. I am walking outside, and I feel relaxed because the air is fresh. Again, I am walking outside, and I feel relaxed because the air is fresh. This is how you build fluency. You start with action, then you add a detail, then you add a feeling. This simple pattern can help you speak longer without becoming confused. Another reason speaking feels difficult is that learners often try to speak too fast, too soon. They think fluency means speed. But fluency does not only mean speaking fast. Fluency means speaking smoothly, clearly, and without stopping too much. If you speak too fast before your mouth is ready, you may make more mistakes, lose your rhythm, and feel nervous. It is better to speak slowly and clearly first. Slow English is not bad English. Slow English can be strong English. When your sentences become smooth at a slow speed, you can slowly increase your speed later. Do not force speed. Build control first. Try this sentence slowly. I want to speak clearly before I speak quickly. Say it again. I want to speak clearly before I speak quickly. Now say it with more confidence. I want to speak clearly before I speak quickly. This sentence is important because it reminds you not to rush. Many learners damage their confidence because they expect themselves to speak like native speakers immediately. But native speakers have spoken that language for many years. You are training. Your goal is progress. Your goal is to speak a little more smoothly than yesterday. That is enough. One practical method you can use every day is the 30-second speaking practice. Choose one simple topic and speak about it for 30 seconds. Do not stop to correct every mistake. Do not search for perfect vocabulary. Just keep speaking. Your topic can be very simple, like your morning, your favorite food, your room, your family, your phone, your work, your weekend, or your English goal. For example, you can say, "Today I want to talk about my room. My room is simple, but I like it. I have a bed, a chair, and a small table. Sometimes my room is clean, but sometimes it becomes messy. I like my room because it is quiet and I can relax there." This is not advanced English, but it is real speaking practice. If you do this every day, your speaking will become more natural. Let us practice a 30-second topic together. The topic is your English goal. You can repeat this example first. Say, "My English goal is to speak more fluently. I can understand many sentences, but speaking is still difficult for me. I want to practice every day, even if I only have 10 minutes. I want to speak with more confidence, more comfort, and less fear. I know I will improve if I stay consistent." Now repeat it slowly in your own voice. Do not worry if you cannot say it perfectly. The goal is to speak. After you repeat it, try to change one sentence. Maybe say, "I want to speak English for work." Or say, "I want to speak English when I travel." Or say, "I want to speak English with my friends." Make the practice personal, because personal English stays in your mind longer. Another powerful fluency skill is learning how to continue when you forget a word. Many learners stop completely when one word is missing. They think, "I do not know the word, so I cannot speak." But fluent speakers do not always know the perfect word either. They explain around the word. They use simple words. They describe the idea. This is called paraphrasing, and it is one of the most useful speaking skills you can develop. If you forget the word receipt, you can say, "The paper they give me after I pay." If you forget the word appointment, you can say, "A meeting at a fixed time." If you forget the word charger, you can say, "The thing I use to charge my phone." This skill keeps your speaking alive. Practice this idea with me. Say, "I forgot the exact word, but I can explain it." Again, "I forgot the exact word, but I can explain it." Now say, "It is the thing I use when my phone battery is low." Again, "It is the thing I use when my phone battery is low." That means charger. Now say, "It is the place where I buy medicine." Again, "It is the place where I buy medicine." That means pharmacy. Now say, "It is a person who helps customers in a shop." Again, "It is a person who helps customers in a shop." That means shop assistant. This exercise teaches you not to panic when a word disappears. You can still communicate. You also need to practice emotional comfort in English. Many learners can say simple sentences, but they cannot express feelings naturally. In real life, feelings are everywhere. You may need to say you are tired, worried, excited, confused, proud, disappointed, or grateful. If you do not practice emotional sentences, your speaking may feel flat or limited. Start with easy expressions. Say, I feel nervous, but I want to try. Say, I feel tired, but I am not giving up. Say, I feel happy because I understood the conversation. Say, I feel proud because I practiced today. These sentences connect English with your real emotions, and that makes your speaking stronger. So remember this clearly. If you understand English but cannot speak fluently, you do not need to throw away everything you have learned. You need to activate it. You need to recall it. You need to say it out loud. You need to use it in small daily situations. You need to practice slowly, then smoothly, then more naturally. Fluency is not a magic moment. It is a habit. It is the result of many small speaking moments repeated again and again. And every time you speak, even for 1 minute, you are teaching your brain that English is not only something you understand, it is something you can use. Now let us talk about one more reason speaking feels blocked. Many learners do not have a clear speaking routine. They want to speak fluently, but they do not know exactly what to do every day, so they practice randomly. One day they watch a video. Another day, they read a few sentences. Another day they memorize some words. Then they stop for a few days. This kind of practice can help a little, but it does not build strong speaking fluency. Speaking needs regular contact. Your brain needs to meet English often. Your mouth needs to move often. Your confidence needs small proof every day that you can speak. A simple routine is much better than a perfect plan that you never follow. So I want to give you a practical daily speaking routine. It does not need to be long. You can do it in 10 minutes. First, choose one daily topic, such as morning, food, work, shopping, family, travel, feelings, plans, or problems. Then speak about that topic for 30 seconds. After that, choose 3 useful sentences and repeat them 3 times. Then ask yourself 2 simple questions and answer them out loud. Finally, end with 1 personal sentence about your progress. For example, you can say, "Today I practiced speaking about my morning. I made a few mistakes, but I continued. I am training my English voice." This routine is simple, but if you do it daily, it can change your speaking confidence. Let us try a short version together. The topic is shopping. Imagine you are in a store. Say, I am looking for something simple and affordable. Again, I am looking for something simple and affordable. Now say, can you show me a different size, please? Again, can you show me a different size, please? Now say, I like this one, but I want to check the price first. Again, I like this one, but I want to check the price first. Now answer this question. What are you looking for? Say, I am looking for a good product at a reasonable price. Again, I am looking for a good product at a reasonable price. Now answer another question. Do you need help? Say, yes, please. I need a little help choosing the right one. Again, yes, please. I need a little help choosing the right one. This is real-life speaking practice. These sentences can help you in a real shopping situation. Now imagine you are at work or in a class, and someone asks for your opinion. Many learners become silent because they think an opinion must be long and perfect, but an opinion can be short and clear. You can say, I think this is a good idea. You can say, I agree with you, but I have one small question. You can say, I am not completely sure, but I think we should try. You can say, in my opinion, This option is better because it is easier. These sentences help you join conversations. You do not need to speak for 5 minutes. Sometimes one clear sentence is enough to show that you are present and involved. Practice these opinion sentences now. Say, I think this is a good idea. Again, I think this is a good idea. Say, I agree with you, but I have one small question. Again, I agree with you, but I have one small question. Say, I am not completely sure, but I think we should try. Again, I am not completely sure, but I think we should try. Now make it personal. Say, in my opinion, daily speaking practice is better than only watching lessons. Again, in my opinion, daily speaking practice is better than only watching lessons. Good. You are training your mind to express ideas, not just understand ideas. Another important thing is patience. Some learners practice for 2 days and then feel disappointed because they are not fluent yet. But speaking fluency grows slowly. At first, you may speak with many pauses. Then your pauses become shorter. At first, you may use very basic words. Then your sentences become longer. At first, you may feel nervous hearing your own voice. Then your voice becomes familiar. This is progress. Do not ignore small progress. If you can speak one sentence today that you could not speak last week, that is progress. If you can answer a question faster than before, that is progress. If you make a mistake but continue speaking, that is progress. I want you to remember this. Your English is not trapped forever. It is trainable. Your speaking can improve. Your mouth can become more comfortable. Your brain can become faster. Your confidence can become stronger. But you must stop waiting for English to become fluent only inside your head. You must bring it out. Speak in small moments. Repeat useful sentences. Describe your day. Answer simple questions. Practice chunks. Use simple words. Explain around missing words. Speak slowly first, then more naturally. Every day, give yourself a small chance to use English. Before we finish, let us do one final confidence practice together. Say this slowly. I do not need perfect English to start speaking. Again, I do not need perfect English to start speaking. Now say, I can use simple English to express my ideas. Again, I can use simple English to express my ideas. Now say, the more I speak, the more confident I become. Again, the more I speak, the more confident I become. Now say the full message with belief. I understand English, and now I am training myself to speak it. Again, I understand English, and now I am training myself to speak it. So the next time you think, I understand English, but I cannot speak fluently, do not feel hopeless. Tell yourself, my English is not weak. My English needs practice. You already have many words inside you. You already understand more than you think. Now your job is to activate that English with daily speaking. Start small. Speak slowly. Repeat often. Use English in your normal life. And little by little, the English that feels stuck inside your mind will begin to come out through your voice, with more comfort, more clarity, and more confidence. One more reason many learners understand English but cannot speak fluently is that they do not practice real response speed. They practice English slowly when they are alone, but in real conversations, people do not wait forever. Someone asks a question, and you need to respond in a few seconds. This does not mean you must speak fast or perfectly. It means you need to train your mind to begin speaking without waiting for the perfect sentence. Many learners lose the conversation not because they have no English, but because they wait too long before saying anything. They want the full sentence ready before they start. But sometimes, You need to start with a small phrase and then continue. For example, when someone asks, "What do you think about this?" you do not need to create a long answer immediately. You can begin with, "I think it is interesting." Then you can add, "But I need to understand it better." Then you can add, "Maybe we can try it and see what happens." Now your answer becomes natural. You started simple, then expanded. This is a very useful skill. You do not need to see the whole road before you take the first step. Start with one small sentence, then add another one. Speaking fluency often begins after you start speaking, not before. Practice this with me now. Imagine someone asks you, "What do you think about learning English?" Start with a short answer. Say, "I think it is important." Again, "I think it is important." Now add a reason. Say, "I think it is important because it helps me communicate." Again, "I think it is important because it helps me communicate." Now add one personal detail. Say, "I think it is important because it helps me communicate, and I want to speak with more confidence." Again, "I think it is important because it helps me communicate, and I want to speak with more confidence." This is how you build an answer while speaking. You do not wait for perfection. You begin, then grow the sentence. Another useful practice is learning how to buy time in English. In your own language, when you do not know the answer immediately, you probably use small phrases to give yourself time. You may say something like, "Let me think," or "That is a good question," or "I am not sure." You need these phrases in English too. These phrases protect you from silence. They help you stay in the conversation while your brain prepares the next idea. You can say, "Let me think for a second." You can say, "That is a good question." You can say, "I am not sure, but I think." You can say, "Give me a moment." These phrases are simple, but they are very powerful. Let us practice them now. Say, "Let me think for a second." Again, "Let me think for a second." Say, "That is a good question." Again, "That is a good question." Say, "I am not sure, but I think we can try." Again, "I am not sure, but I think we can try." Say, "Give me a moment. I want to explain it clearly." Again, "Give me a moment. I want to explain it clearly." These sentences help you feel less pressure. Instead of becoming silent, you stay active. Instead of panicking, you give yourself space. Many learners also struggle because they only practice full correct answers, but real conversation includes small reactions. When someone speaks to you, you do not always need to give a long answer. Sometimes you need to react first. You can say, "Really?" You can say, "That sounds nice." You can say, "I understand." You can say, "That makes sense." You can say, "Oh, I see." You can say, "I did not know that." These small reactions make you sound more natural because they show you are listening. They also give you time to think before giving a longer answer. Imagine someone says, "I have been very busy this week." You can respond, "Oh, I understand. I have been busy too." Imagine someone says, "I am planning to visit my family this weekend." You can say, "That sounds nice. I hope you enjoy your time." Imagine someone says, "I started learning English again." You can say, "That is great. I think consistency is very important." These responses are not difficult, but they make conversation flow. Fluency is not only long speaking. Fluency is also knowing how to respond naturally in small moments. Now let us practice small reactions. Say, "Oh, I see." Again, "Oh, I see." Say, "That makes sense." Again, "That makes sense." Say, "That sounds interesting." Again, "That sounds interesting." Say, "I understand what you mean." Again, "I understand what you mean." Now connect a reaction with your own sentence. Say, "That sounds interesting. I want to learn more about it." Again, "That sounds interesting. I want to learn more about it." Say, "I understand what you mean. I have felt the same way before." Again, "I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. I have felt the same way before." Good. These small reactions help you stay connected in real English conversations. Another problem is that learners often practice speaking only in their mind. They imagine conversations, but they do not actually speak. Thinking in English is useful, but speaking in English is physical. You must hear your voice. You must feel the rhythm. You must train your mouth to move. So when you practice, do not only think, "I can say this," actually say it. Your brain needs the experience of producing sound. Your confidence needs the experience of hearing yourself speak and surviving that uncomfortable feeling. At first, your voice may sound strange to you. That is normal. After some days, it will feel less strange. After some weeks, it will feel more natural. A good exercise is voice recording. You do not need to share it with anyone. Just record yourself speaking for 1 minute. Choose a simple topic. For example, "What I did today." Speak naturally. Do not stop the recording when you make a mistake. Continue. After you finish, listen once. Do not judge yourself harshly. Just notice one thing you did well and one thing you can improve. Maybe you spoke clearly. Maybe you used a good sentence. Maybe you paused too much. Maybe one word was difficult to pronounce. That is useful information. Then record again. The second time will usually be better because your brain already knows the topic. Try this 1-minute practice today. Say, "Today I want to talk about my day. I did a few normal things. I worked, I ate, I checked my phone, and I practiced English. My day was not perfect, but it was useful. I want to improve my speaking, so I am trying to speak a little every day. Sometimes I feel nervous, but I know this is part of learning. I do not need to be perfect. I just need to continue." This is a simple recording practice. You can repeat it now, or you can create your own version after this lesson. Another reason speaking becomes difficult is that learners do not review useful sentences enough. They learn a phrase one time and expect to use it forever. But your brain needs repetition. If a sentence is useful, repeat it many times on different days. Use it in different situations. For example, take the sentence, "I am trying to improve." You can say, "I am trying to improve my English." You can say, "I am trying to improve my speaking." You can say, "I am trying to improve my pronunciation." You can say, "I am trying to improve my confidence." One sentence pattern can give you many useful sentences. Practice this pattern now. Say, "I am trying to improve my English." Again, "I am trying to improve my English." Say, "I am trying to improve my speaking." Again, "I am trying to improve my speaking." Say, "I am trying to improve my pronunciation." Again, "I am trying to improve my pronunciation." Say, "I am trying to improve my confidence." Again, "I am trying to improve my confidence." Now create your own sentence. Start with, "I am trying to improve," and finish the sentence with something true for you. This is how you make English personal. And personal English is easier to remember. So if you understand English but cannot speak fluently yet, do not only ask for more lessons. Ask for more speaking moments. Ask for more mouth practice. Ask for more response practice. Ask for more real-life sentences. Your fluency will not appear suddenly one day because you watched enough videos. It will grow because you used English again and again in small, honest, practical ways. You will become faster because you practice starting sentences. You will become calmer because you practice buying time. You will become more natural because you practice reactions. You will become stronger because you continue speaking even when your English is not perfect. Another powerful reason you may understand English but still struggle to speak is that your brain has not practiced making choices quickly in English. When you listen, the speaker already makes all the choices for you. They choose the words, they choose the grammar, they choose the rhythm. Your job is only to understand. But when you speak, you are the one who must choose. You must decide how to begin, which word to use, how much detail to give, and how to end your sentence. This is why speaking feels heavier than listening. It requires decision-making. And if you have not practiced making small choices in English, your brain becomes slow in the moment of speaking. For example, maybe someone asks you, "What do you usually do after work?" You understand the question immediately, but then your mind opens many doors at the same time. Should you talk about resting? Should you talk about dinner? Should you talk about family? Should you use present simple? Should you use usually? Should you use after work? Or when I come home? Because of all these small choices, you may freeze. But you can make speaking easier by using simple answer frames. An answer frame is a sentence shape that helps you begin quickly. You can say, "After work, I usually," and then add your action. "After work, I usually rest for a while." You can say, "Most of the time, I," and add your habit. "Most of the time, I check my phone and relax." You can say, "It depends, but usually," and add your normal routine. "It depends, but usually, I eat dinner and spend time with my family." These frames help your brain start speaking faster. Let us practice answer frames now. Say, "After work, I usually rest for a while." Again, "After work, I usually rest for a while." Now say, "Most of the time, I like to relax at home." Again, "Most of the time, I like to relax at home." Now say, "It depends, but usually, I spend time with my family." Again, "It depends, but usually, I spend time with my family." Now I want you to create your own answer. Start with, "After work, I usually," and finish the sentence with your real life. Maybe you say, "After work, I usually drink tea." Maybe you say, "After work, I usually watch videos." Maybe you say, "After work, I usually practice English." Your answer does not need to be special. It only needs to be real. Another useful frame is for past experiences. Many learners understand past tense when they hear it, but when they speak, they avoid it because they are afraid of making mistakes. But daily conversation often needs the past. People ask, "What did you do yesterday? Where did you go? What happened? Why were you late?" You need comfortable past tense answers. Start with simple frames like "yesterday, I," or "last night, I," or "a few days ago, I." These small openings guide your sentence. Say, "Yesterday, I stayed home and finished some work." Say, "Last night, I watched a video and learned some new phrases." Say, "A few days ago, I met a friend and we talked for a while." These are normal, useful sentences. Practice with me now. Say, "Yesterday, I practiced English for a few minutes." Again, "Yesterday, I practiced English for a few minutes." Say, "Last night, I was tired, so I slept early." Again, "Last night, I was tired, so I slept early." Say, "A few days ago, I had a small problem, but I solved it." Again, "A few days ago, I had a small problem, but I solved it." Now create your own past sentence. Start with, "Yesterday, I," and say one real thing from your life. It can be very simple. Yesterday, I cleaned my room. Yesterday, I called my friend. Yesterday, I went outside. This is how you make grammar active, not only understood. Future speaking is also important. If you want to speak fluently in daily life, you must talk about plans. You may need to say what you will do tomorrow, what you are going to buy, where you want to go, or what you hope to improve. Use simple frames like, tomorrow I will, or I am going to, or I hope to. Say, tomorrow I will try to wake up early. Say, I am going to finish my work before evening. Say, I hope to speak English more confidently. These sentence frames are easy, but they give you control. You do not need to think from zero every time. You already have a strong beginning. Let us practice future sentences. Say, tomorrow, I will practice speaking again. Again, tomorrow, I will practice speaking again. Say, I am going to use English in my daily life. Again, I am going to use English in my daily life. Say, I hope to become more confident little by little. Again, I hope to become more confident little by little. Now make your own future sentence. Start with, tomorrow, I will, and say one small plan. Then start with, I am going to, and say one goal. This practice trains your brain to speak about time clearly, past, present, and future. Another reason learners cannot speak fluently is that they do not practice connecting ideas. They can say one sentence, but then they stop. To speak longer, you need simple connectors. You do not need complicated words. Use words like and, but, because, so, also, and, then. These small words help your sentences grow. For example, instead of saying, I was tired, you can say, I was tired, but I still practiced English. Instead of saying, I stayed home, you can say, I stayed home because the weather was not good. Instead of saying, I finished my work, you can say, I finished my work, and then I watched a lesson. Connectors make your English smoother because they help you continue. Practice these connected sentences now. Say, I was nervous, but I still tried to speak. Again, I was nervous, but I still tried to speak. Say, I practice English because I want to improve. Again, I practice English because I want to improve. Say, I finished my work and then I practice speaking. Again, I finished my work and then I practice speaking. Say, I made a mistake, so I corrected it and continued. Again, I made a mistake, so I corrected it and continued. These connectors are small, but they make your speaking more natural. Now let us combine everything into a short daily speaking practice. Imagine someone asks, tell me about your day. You can answer like this. Today was a normal day. I woke up a little late, but I got ready quickly. I had breakfast, checked my messages, and started my work. I was busy for a few hours because I had many things to do. After work, I felt tired, so I rested for a while. Later, I practiced English because I want to speak more fluently. Tomorrow, I will try to practice again. This answer is clear. It uses past, present feeling, reason, and future plan. It is not complicated, but it sounds complete. Now repeat this shorter version after me. Today was a normal day. Again, today was a normal day. I was busy, but I finished my work. Again, I was busy, but I finished my work. After that, I rested for a while. Again, after that, I rested for a while. Later, I practiced English because I want to improve. Again, later, I practiced English because I want to improve. Tomorrow, I will practice again. Again, tomorrow, I will practice again. Good. This is the kind of daily speaking that activates your English. So when you feel that you understand English but cannot speak fluently, remember that speaking needs quick choices, useful frames, and repeated practice. Give your brain simple openings. Give your mouth real sentences. Do not wait for perfect ideas. Begin with one frame, add one detail, connect one idea, and continue. Your fluency will grow when your brain learns, I know how to begin. Because once you can begin, you can continue. And once you can continue, your English voice becomes stronger, calmer, and more natural every day. Another reason learners understand English but cannot speak fluently is that they do not practice speaking under small pressure. When you are alone, you may understand everything calmly. You may repeat sentences slowly. You may feel comfortable because no one is waiting for your answer. But in real life, even a simple question can create pressure. Someone looks at you. You feel that you must answer now. Your heart may beat faster. Your mind may become too busy. This small pressure can make your English disappear for a few seconds. That is why your practice should sometimes include a little pressure, but not too much. You can train yourself gently by asking a question and giving yourself 5 seconds to begin answering. For example, ask yourself, what did I do today? Then count silently, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and begin. Do not wait for a perfect answer. Just start with something simple. Say, today I woke up, had breakfast, and worked for a few hours. That is enough. Then continue if you can. Say, after that, I felt tired, so I rested for a while. Later, I practiced English because I want to speak better. This kind of practice teaches your brain to start speaking before fear becomes too strong. The goal is not to speak perfectly, the goal is to begin. Once you begin, your mind usually becomes calmer. Let us practice this now. I will ask a question, and you answer with the example first. The question is, what did you do today? Say, today, I did a few normal things, and I also practiced English. Again, today, I did a few normal things, and I also practiced English. Now expand it. Say, today, I did a few normal things, and I also practiced English because I want to become more fluent. Again, today, I did a few normal things, and I also practiced English because I want to become more fluent. Now create your own answer. Start with, today I, and say anything true. It can be simple, it can be short, but say it out loud. Another speaking problem is that learners often know formal English, but they do not practice natural daily English. They understand lesson sentences, but real conversations are often shorter, softer, and more casual. In daily life, people say things like, I'm not sure, I'll check, that's fine, no problem, I'm on my way, I'm almost done, I didn't get that. Can you say that again? These phrases are simple, but they are extremely useful. If you can use these small daily phrases quickly, you will feel more confident in normal conversations. Practice these daily phrases with me. Say, I'm not sure, but I'll check. Again, I'm not sure, but I'll check. Say, that's fine, no problem. Again, that's fine, no problem. Say, I'm on my way. Again, I'm on my way. Say, I'm almost done. Again, I'm almost done. Say, I didn't get that. Can you say that again? Again, I didn't get that. Can you say that again? These phrases help you survive real situations. If you do not understand someone, you do not need to panic. You can simply say, I didn't get that. Can you say that again? That one sentence can save the conversation. Many learners become silent because they think asking someone to repeat is embarrassing. But it is not embarrassing. Even fluent speakers ask people to repeat. Maybe the room is noisy. Maybe the person spoke too fast. Maybe the pronunciation was unclear. Asking for repetition is normal. You can say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" You can say, "Could you say that a little more slowly?" You can say, "I understood most of it, but not the last part." These sentences are very important because they help you stay in the conversation instead of escaping from it. Let us practice this situation. Imagine someone says something too fast. You do not understand everything. Say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Again, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Now say, "Could you say that a little more slowly?" Again, "Could you say that a little more slowly?" Now say, "I understood most of it, but not the last part." Again, "I understood most of it, but not the last part." Now imagine you are in a real conversation and you miss one word. You can say, "What does that word mean?" Again, "What does that word mean?" These sentences give you control. They remind you that you do not need to understand everything perfectly to continue speaking. Another useful skill is learning how to repair your sentence. Sometimes you start speaking and realize your sentence is not right. Many learners stop completely and feel embarrassed. But you can repair the sentence naturally. You can say, "Sorry, let me say that again." You can say, you can say, "What I want to say is." These phrases help you correct yourself without panic. For example, you start saying, "Yesterday I go," then you notice the mistake. You can say, "Sorry, let me say that again. Yesterday, I went to the market." This is normal. Self-correction is part of speaking. Practice these repair phrases now. Say, "Sorry, let me say that again." Again, "Sorry, let me say that again." Say, I need more practice." Again, I need more practice." Say, "What I want to say is, speaking takes time." Again, "What I want to say is, speaking takes time." Now practice a full correction. Say, "Yesterday I go." Sorry, let me say that again. "Yesterday I went outside." Again, "Yesterday I go." Sorry, let me say that again. "Yesterday I went outside." This is powerful because it teaches you not to fear mistakes. You can make a mistake, repair it, and continue. Another reason learners feel blocked is that they do not practice different speaking situations. They always practice the same kind of sentences. But daily life has many situations. You may need to speak at home, in a shop, at work, on the phone, online, with a friend, with a stranger, or in a class. Each situation needs slightly different English. At home, you may say, "Can you pass me that?" In a shop, you may say, "How much is this?" At work, you may say, "I will finish it by today." On the phone, you may say, "Can you hear me clearly?" Online, you may say, "The connection is not stable." These are practical sentences, and practical sentences build practical fluency. Let us practice different situations. Imagine you are at home. Say, "Can you pass me that, please?" Again, "Can you pass me that, please?" Imagine you are in a shop. Say, "How much is this?" Again, "How much is this?" Imagine you are at work. Say, "I will finish it by today." Again, "I will finish it by today." Imagine you are on the phone. Say, "Can you hear me clearly?" Again, "Can you hear me clearly?" Imagine you are online. Say, "The connection is not stable." Again, "The connection is not stable." These sentences are short, but they prepare you for real moments. So if you want to move from understanding English to speaking English, you must practice real conversation tools. Practice starting quickly. Practice asking for repetition. Practice repairing mistakes. Practice small reactions. Practice daily situations. These tools reduce fear because they give you options. When you have options, you do not feel trapped. You know what to say when you need more time. You know what to say when you do not understand. You know what to say when you make a mistake. You know how to begin again. And that is a big part of fluency. Fluency is not never making mistakes. Fluency is knowing how to continue. Another thing that keeps many learners from speaking fluently is the habit of overthinking grammar while speaking. Grammar is useful, but when you think about every rule during a conversation, your speaking becomes slow and heavy. You may know what you want to say, but then your mind starts checking everything. Should I use do or does? Should I say went or go? Should I use thee or know thee? Should I use present perfect or past simple? These questions may be useful when you are studying, but in real conversation, they can stop your flow. Speaking needs grammar, yes, but speaking also needs rhythm, confidence, and communication. If you stop every 2 seconds to check a rule, you cannot speak naturally. The solution is not to ignore grammar completely. The solution is to practice grammar through useful sentences, not only through rules. Instead of only studying a rule like past tense, practice real sentences that you can use in life. Say, I went to the store yesterday. Say, I called my friend last night. Say, I finished my work this morning. Say, I forgot to bring my notebook. These sentences teach grammar inside real communication. When you repeat useful sentences many times, the grammar starts to feel natural. You do not need to build every sentence from a rule. You begin to remember the sentence pattern as a whole. Practice this now with simple grammar in daily life. Say, I usually wake up early. Again, I usually wake up early. Now past. Say, yesterday I woke up late. Again, yesterday I woke up late. Now future. Say, tomorrow I will try to wake up early. Again, tomorrow I will try to wake up early. Now present feeling. Say, right now I feel ready to practice. Again, right now I feel ready to practice. These sentences are simple, but they train your brain to move between time and meaning. You are not only memorizing grammar, you are using it. Another reason learners feel stuck is that they compare their English with other people too much. Maybe you watch someone speaking English smoothly online, and then you feel bad about your own speaking. Maybe your friend speaks faster than you. Maybe someone has better pronunciation. Maybe someone uses advanced words. But my friend, comparison can steal your confidence. You do not know how much practice that person has done. You do not know how many mistakes they made before they became fluent. You only see the result, but you are living inside your process, so do not compare your beginning or middle with someone else's result. Your English journey is personal. Maybe you need more time with pronunciation. Maybe you need more time with confidence. Maybe you understand well, but speaking is slow. Maybe you can speak, but you need better vocabulary. Every learner has a different weak point. That is okay. Your job is not to become someone else. Your job is to become better than your past self. If last month you could only say one sentence, and today you can say 3 sentences, that is progress. If last week you were afraid to speak out loud, and today you practiced for 5 minutes, that is progress. Small progress is still progress. Let us practice a few confident sentences. Say, I do not need to compare my English with anyone. Again, I do not need to compare my English with anyone. Say, I only need to improve step by step. Again, I only need to improve step by step. Say, my English is growing every time I practice. Again, my English is growing every time I practice. Now say, I can be proud of small progress. Again, I can be proud of small progress. These sentences are not just motivational. They help you build the emotional strength you need for speaking. Another useful practice is storytelling. Many learners can answer short questions, but they find it difficult to tell a simple story. Storytelling is important because real conversations often include stories. Someone asks, "What happened?" Or, "How was your trip?" Or, "Why were you late?" And you need to explain events in order. You can make storytelling simple by using a basic structure. First, say the time, then say the place, then say what happened, then say how you felt. For example, yesterday evening I went to the market. It was crowded, and I could not find what I wanted. I walked around for 10 minutes, then I finally found it. I felt happy because I saved some time. This is a clear and useful story. Now practice a simple story with me. Say, "Yesterday evening, I went outside." Again, "Yesterday evening, I went outside." Say, "The street was busy, and many people were walking." Again, "The street was busy, and many people were walking." Say, "I bought a few things and came back home." Again, "I bought a few things and came back home." Say, "I felt tired, but I was happy." Again, "I felt tired, but I was happy." Now connect it together in your voice. Yesterday evening, I went outside. The street was busy, and many people were walking. I bought a few things and came back home. I felt tired, but I was happy. This is storytelling practice. It teaches you to organize your thoughts in English. You can also use the same method for small problems. Real life is full of small problems, and talking about problems is a common part of conversation. You can say, "This morning I could not find my keys." Then add what you did. "I looked on the table, in my bag, and near the door." Then add the result. "Finally, I found them under a book." Then add your feeling. "I felt relieved because I was almost late." This type of practice helps you speak longer, because you are not saying random sentences. You are building a clear sequence. Practice this small problem story now. Say, "This morning I could not find my keys." Again, "This morning I could not find my keys." Say, "I looked in many places but I did not see them." Again, "I looked in many places but I did not see them." Say, "Finally, I found them on the table." Again, "Finally, I found them on the table." Say, "I felt relieved because I did not want to be late." Again, "I felt relieved because I did not want to be late." Good. This is the kind of English that helps you speak in real life, because real conversations are not always about perfect topics. They are about normal things that happen every day. Another reason you may understand but not speak fluently is that your brain has not practiced choosing simple words quickly. Many learners search for impressive words, but fluent speaking often uses simple words well. If you do not know the word exhausted, you can say very tired. If you do not know delicious, you can say very good. If you do not know complicated, you can say not easy. If you do not know immediately, you can say right away. Simple words keep your speaking alive. Do not stop because you cannot find the perfect word. Use the word you have and continue. Practice this with me. Say, "I do not need a difficult word every time." Again, "I do not need a difficult word every time." Say, "I can use simple words and still communicate clearly." Again, "I can use simple words and still communicate clearly." Say, "If I forget one word, I can explain my idea another way." Again, "If I forget one word, I can explain my idea another way." This is an important fluency mindset. The goal is not to impress people with complicated English. The goal is to express your meaning clearly and calmly. So keep training yourself to speak with simple, useful, real English. Practice grammar through sentences. Stop comparing your journey with others. Tell small stories from your life. Explain problems in order. Use simple words when advanced words do not come. Every one of these habits makes your English more active. You already understand more than you can speak, and that is not a failure. It is a sign that you have built a base. Now you are learning to use that base with your voice, and the more you use it, the more natural it will become. Another important reason you may understand English but cannot speak fluently is that you may not be practicing enough full thoughts. A full thought does not have to be long, but it should feel complete. Many learners answer with one word or two words because they are afraid to continue. Someone asks, "Do you like English?" and they say, "Yes." Someone asks, "How was your weekend?" and they say, "Good." Someone asks, "Why are you learning English?" and they say, "For work." These answers are not wrong, but they do not train fluency. To become fluent, you need to turn short answers into complete thoughts. Instead of saying yes, say, "Yes, I like English because it helps me learn new things." Instead of saying, "Good," say, "My weekend was good because I rested, watched a movie, and spent time at home." Instead of saying, "For work," say, "I am learning English for work because I want to communicate better and feel more confident." Let us practice this now. Say, "Yes, I like English because it helps me learn new things." Again, "Yes, I like English because it helps me learn new things." Now say, "My weekend was good because I rested and spent time at home." Again, "My weekend was good because I rested and spent time at home." Now say, "I am learning English because I want to communicate better." Again, "I am learning English because I want to communicate better." This is a simple exercise, but it changes the way you speak. You stop giving only short answers, and you begin building complete responses. When you practice complete thoughts every day, speaking becomes easier because your brain learns how to continue. You can also use a simple method called one idea plus one reason. This means you say one idea, then you give one reason. For example, "I want to improve my speaking because I need English in daily life." That is one idea and one reason. You can say, "I feel nervous because I do not practice speaking enough." You can say, "I like short practice sessions because they are easy to repeat every day." You can say, "I use simple sentences because they help me speak without fear." This method is very useful because it helps you speak more clearly. You do not need long, complicated sentences. You just need one idea and one reason. Practice this pattern now. Say, "I want to speak fluently because I want to express myself clearly." Again, "I want to speak fluently because I want to express myself clearly." Say, "I practice every day because small habits create big progress." Again, "I practice every day because small habits create big progress." Say, "I use simple English because simple English helps me continue." Again, "I use simple English because simple English helps me continue." Now create your own sentence. Start with, "I want to improve because," and finish it with your real reason. Maybe your reason is work. Maybe your reason is travel. Maybe your reason is study. Maybe your reason is confidence. Make the sentence true for your life. Another useful method is one idea plus one example. This helps you sound more natural because real conversation often needs examples. If you say, "English is useful," add an example. Say, "English is useful. For example, I can understand videos, messages, and conversations." If you say, "Speaking is difficult," add an example. Say, "Speaking is difficult. For example, sometimes I know the answer, but I cannot say it quickly." If you say, daily practice helps me, add an example. Say, daily practice helps me. For example, when I repeat useful sentences, I feel more comfortable. Examples make your speaking stronger because they give your listener a clearer picture. Practice this now. Say, English is useful. For example, I can understand more videos. Again, English is useful. For example, I can understand more videos. Say, speaking is difficult. For example, sometimes I forget simple words. Again, speaking is difficult. For example, sometimes I forget simple words. Say, practice helps me. For example, repeating sentences makes my mouth more comfortable. Again, practice helps me. For example, repeating sentences makes my mouth more comfortable. These examples teach you how to add detail without pressure. You are not memorizing a speech. You are learning how to extend your ideas. Now I want you to imagine a real conversation. Someone asks you, why can you understand English but not speak fluently? You can answer like this. I think I understand English because I listen and read a lot, but speaking is harder because I do not practice producing English enough. When I speak, I need to choose words quickly, use grammar, pronounce clearly, and control my nervousness. That is why I am training myself to speak out loud every day. This answer is clear, honest, and useful. It explains the problem and the solution. Now repeat a shorter version. I understand English because I listen a lot, but I need more speaking practice. Again, I understand English because I listen a lot, but I need more speaking practice. Now say, speaking is hard because I need to produce sentences quickly. Again, speaking is hard because I need to produce sentences quickly. Now say, I am training myself to speak out loud every day. Again, I am training myself to speak out loud every day. Your final practice today is a simple speaking routine you can use after this lesson. Choose one question. For example, what did I do today? Speak for 30 seconds. Then choose one useful sentence and repeat it 5 times. Then change that sentence 3 different ways. Then record your voice for 1 minute. Then listen and notice one small improvement. That is enough. You do not need a perfect routine. You need a routine you can repeat. 10 minutes of real speaking practice every day is better than 2 hours of passive learning once a week. The goal is to make English active in your daily life. Say this final practice message slowly. I will not only understand English, I will use English. Again, I will not only understand English, I will use English. Now say, I will speak simple sentences every day. Again, I will speak simple sentences every day. Now say, I will practice complete thoughts, not only short answers. Again, I will practice complete thoughts, not only short answers. Now say, I will keep speaking even when I make mistakes. Again, I will keep speaking even when I make mistakes. Now say, my speaking will improve because I am training it. Again, my speaking will improve because I am training it. The most important thing to remember is this. You do not have a speaking problem because you are not intelligent. You have a speaking problem because speaking has not been trained enough yet. Your understanding is already a strong base. Now you need to build output. You need to speak, repeat, answer, describe, explain, react, repair, and continue. Start with your daily life. Use the English you already know. Speak slowly first. Add reasons. Add examples. Tell small stories. Ask for repetition when you need it. Repair your sentence when it breaks. Use simple words when difficult words disappear. Little by little, your English will stop feeling trapped inside your head, and it will begin to move through your mouth with more ease. more speed, and more confidence. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end, my friend. I really hope today's lesson helped you understand why you can understand English but still struggle to speak fluently. Remember, this does not mean your English is weak. It simply means your speaking needs more active practice. So from today, do not only listen to English. Use English. Speak simple sentences. Describe your day. Answer small questions. Repeat useful phrases. Record your voice. Make mistakes, and continue. Every small speaking moment is helping your brain, your mouth, and your confidence become stronger. If this lesson helped you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can keep practicing English with me. Also, write one simple sentence in the comments. I will practice speaking every day. This sentence will remind your mind that English is not only something you understand, it is something you can use. Keep going, keep practicing, and trust your progress. I'm Evelyn, and I'll see you in the next lesson.